I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody. But it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole uh riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Asian people, we support the country. We support the betterment of the country. We support that. So what is there to say? What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring because here's the thing. We want the country to be better. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right? You paid the money and all that, you did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border, and all this stuff? Why should we, you know, be happy about that? We're not really this is the thing where we're not really dependent. Asian people aren't really dependent on uh you know migrant labor, right? Not like other people. We're not really dependent on migrant labor. So we're not gonna cry that the US is pretty much backing what they promised. The US promised, or this presidency promised, that they would deport illegal immigrants. They're doing that. Why are you crying? Why are you crying about it? This is the thing where, you see it like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the US, and then you think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, focus on themselves and their community and their country. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. So really, stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it, because you won't like what they say. You won't like what they say. So really, it's better off that they do the content that they're doing instead of, say things you don't like. Because here's the thing. Asian people don't want to focus on the negativity and, say what they're really thinking. Deport, right? Deport illegal immigrants.
ICE raid going on in Los Angeles has opened another window of conversation to call out the Asian community and ask them the reason why they have been silent in this whole thing going on right now. Even down to influencers, Asian influencers in Los Angeles are being dragged out right now because now people are asking them, is it only skincare you guys know how to review, or is this not affecting you guys? Let's not even forget the fact that recently Trump said that there is no international student coming in. This affects them as well, but they are not speaking up. Even if every other groups and minority are speaking up, there's just this particular community, the Asian community, that hardly ever speak up, telling them to be accountable. So I feel like it's about accountability, allyship. Like, they want them to speak up, because them not speaking up is putting a burden on the other minority groups, even though we know that they are still going to benefit from it. And the majority of the things that they benefit from today are from the fights that Black people have had to do in the past. Because let's talk about it. Silence when you benefit from other people's fight is as well a loud statement. People are dragging the Asian community, and they are also coming out to state the reason why we hardly see them in wars, protests, and all of that. So without wasting much time, let's get right into what the people are saying.
I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. We support the deportations of illegals. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border, and all this stuff? You think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, focus on themselves and their community. Stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it.
Yup. The Asian community has played into the model minority myth since they entered this country. You never see Asians protesting. You never see Asians as a group sticking up for other groups, sticking up for themselves, even though they benefit from the fight that Black people and other groups do. They're the most white aligning minorities. And they want to just be like absent from society. They're almost like they exist in America to follow the rules, to not ruffle any feathers, and just to support whatever America does. And that is like, white is right. That's the way forward. Now, that's not all Asians, right? That's not everyone in that community, but that's typically why they're not looking to Asians to have a fight. When have you ever seen Asians fighting? I really want you to think long and hard about that. As Black people, when have you seen Asians at the forefront of any fight? The only time I can think in history that I can think of that is when the riots happened in LA and the Asians are fighting back against being attacked. Other than that, so yeah, that's why they're looking at Black people and not Asians, because Black people fight for everything. There's so much to unpack there historically with the way Asians arrived to this country versus the way we exist in this country. No minority in this country exists how we do, because we've been here since before America was a country. So Black people have been fighting since we came to this country 400 years ago. So the mentality of how they exist here versus how we exist here is just completely night and day. And I think that for them, assimilating as much as they can and being as quiet as they can is just also culturally for them. Asians are not really loud, boisterous people on top of that. I'm not making excuses for them, but that's just to answer your question. I don't think anyone would ever look to Asians to spearhead a fight. But Black people, they know we have been putting our lives on the line for a half a millennia because that's our...
What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is.
Oh, so that's why y'all are looking at us to help y'all and not going over there to them. They voted just like the other Latinas for Trump. They support the mass deportation of your asses too. We're wondering, why are y'all looking at us? Why are y'all like asking where we're at? And it's because you knew better. You knew not to waste that kind of time. Y'all know, like, Black people have always been here, have always helped us out when we needed it, in spite of how we've always treated them, using the N-word, constantly being racist toward them. They were always going to come outside and risk their lives for us. Ha! That is so fascinating. Y'all knew not to go over there to them because they weren't going to do shit for you. Yeah, Black people, stay in the house. I'm about to make me a real cute snack. And then I'm going to sit in front of that widescreen TV that I pay for and binge watch me some Bob's Burgers. Have a day.
I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody.
I mean, I feel the take. We all have a right to feel however we want to feel and take whatever stance we do, especially for self-preservation. But this establishment has a very noted history of anti-Asian immigration, and I just think that there's a lot of people who are unaware of what we're really dealing with here. Starting with the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 that prevented Chinese laborers and miners who were already here from being able to seek citizenship and prevented any more immigration. Then the Gentleman's Act of 1907 that targeted Japanese immigrants specifically, adding to the Immigration Act of 1917 that prevented almost all Asians, including Indians, from being able to immigrate here. And for those who were already here, who did the work that was needed, weren't able to seek citizenship or own land. They had no rights. Then adding to that the Immigration Act of 1924 that just piled on top of that. Then Executive Order 9066 written in 1942 that led to the mass incarceration of Japanese Americans and included some Germans and Italians as well. My point here is just that laws can be rewritten at any time, and they have done it. To feel like anybody is safe just because of their position, especially any immigrants, I just don't think it's a safe stance to take. Yes, stay in your pocket, stay in your zone, protect yourself, fight your own fight, but just know that things can change for any of us at any time.
What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals.
3 things. 1, you will never be picked. You will never be white. They will never choose you. 2, don't think that you are safe or protected as they are figuring out ways to revoke green cards. So you could have come correct, got your green card, and they still revoke it and deport you. You're not safe. And 3, You may not be dependent on their labor, but are you dependent on their dollars? Think before you speak. Because without our dollars, you have no businesses. You have no income. And as a person who has long said we have no allies, you're just giving me another way to save my money.
Aren't really dependent on, migrant labor.
Liza Minnelli lies, bitch. Eliza Dushku lied. Now I was minding y'all's business in silence and letting everybody cook because once again, not our fight. We're black, but then you started lying. Because I can't speak for everybody's city, but I know in mine, a lot of these Asian restaurants and businesses got a lot of Latinos working in them back rooms. Okay, they back there frying up that rice and them noodles, bitch. Like, you're not finna sit up here and lie. They are breaking down the boxes, bitch, and putting them in that stock room. You're not finna lie. Come on now. Just like lying about how some of y'all absolutely do come over here illegally. And just like your Latino brethren and sistren, you keep a low profile until you get that paperwork right. You're not finna sit up here and lie like this. Now, I'm gonna mind your business in silence until you start lying again.
I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody, but it's like I've been seeing so many.
I just want to say just for records, because if you didn't know, they are revoking their citizenship when they come here legally. So once they get done with the Latino community, they will go after the Asian community as well, along with the Indian and such. We know how to pass one. I'm just making this for a record of this. So when it happens, just like before when the black community tried to warn the Latino and Hispanic community, we don't have to say, I told you so. It's right here. And then when the Asian community is asking for help, we can just play this over and over again. Speaking of which, to the Latino and the Hispanic community, y'all have all this dislike and disgruntled, unrelented anger towards the black community. Maybe y'all should redirect that to people who clearly don't care about y'all, because we cared enough that we tried to help you, and we still want to help you, and we still will help you to our abilities. But again, for people to just mitigate the fact that they think all or you are illegal, because again, he's talking about illegal immigrants not going through the right channels, ignoring the fact that they're being picked up at the courthouse doing the right channels. They're coming through the right way, but this person and many other people like this person are ignoring that fact. So instead of asking why the black community isn't helping you, maybe target that energy towards the people who deserve it, okay? Maybe, and I'm not talking about attacking anyone, or I'm just saying maybe question the people who literally have not been helping you, who do not care about you. Because the black community tried. And recently, last 2 weeks ago, when we told you as the Latin and the Hispanic community, please stop saying the N-word because it's very offensive and it shows us that you don't care about us, in which y'all didn't care, y'all doubled down. So instead of coming out at us with anger, let's use this energy to help police your own community and also hold these other different communities accountable when they're very, ignorant to your plight, instead of just constantly coming out of our black women. And I'm going to say this more than anyone else. As a black trans woman myself, I'm going to protect black women and their peace. So you will leave my 92% alone.
Do you want to know why Asian Americans don't really support, especially on social media, a lot of the sort of protests, war, and things like that? The main reason is we're just generally afraid.
But y'all was ready to speak out when it was Stop Asian Hate or affirmative action being taken down, because y'all felt like y'all were unfairly not getting into certain schools because more black people were, even though affirmative action really majority serves white women. But now y'all scared. Listen, let me not say y'all, right? But this person in this video is speaking for his community per se. So I'm going to go off of this video when I say y'all scared, right? But y'all wasn't scared when it was stepping on other minorities' necks to get ahead, like putting your businesses in black neighborhoods, hiring Latino people only and not other people of color in your stores. Y'all don't want equality. Y'all want to get ahead and have proximity to whiteness. But I guess I'll keep these videos coming.
What is your take on what they are all saying? In case you're thinking maybe the Asian community don't face shit. They had, a community that has faced hate crimes, they face racism, they face systematic barriers as well. But when it's time to eat the streets, they are going to be dead silent. Like literally just silent. So I get why people are now telling others, calling on Black people to go meet the Asian community. I think this conversation that people are having is not about generalizing or attacking them. But why do they go silent, even though they face the same thing that other minority groups face? Is it because they know that there are certain group of minority people who don't mind be at the forefront? Are they comfortable reaping from the fight of other people? Like, these are the conversations that people are having, because if they are coming from the large population of Hispanic people, they as well have a large population and they're about to come for them. They are so quick to get benefit from the sacrifices of others, but hesitant to publicly support the movement that is bringing that benefit. So I get it when people are saying, you all go to the Asian community, because since this conversation started, especially in the Hispanic and Latino community, these people have always been like, why are Black people silent? It's not fair that Black people are not speaking up on this thing. Now Black people are telling them, you all go meet the Asian community. They are not the only people, minority group who exist in America. Black people over the years have put their body, their voices, their future on the line for so many people. If they want to rest, they have every reason to rest. If you have not watched the last video before this one, please go and watch it. This is a video of Black people talking about why they are taking the seat back, just in case some of them are, struggling to understand the reason why it is okay for them to take a seat back, because they are constantly being the voice, they are constantly being the one to do the organizing, to do the marching, to scream about the injustice that is going on. So being a model minority doesn't mean you're exempted from all of these things going on. It doesn't mean that they are removed from the responsibility to fight for this injustice that is going on right now. I feel like from what I see so many of these Asian people talk about, because yes, Asian people are now getting into the chat on TikTok. They are now speaking up on the reason why we've not seen them at the forefront of the fight. We've not seen them in protest and all of that. Someone even said they are afraid. Like, they are afraid to speak up. It's just because we are afraid. So they think that their silence is going to protect them. They think their silence is a shield for them. That is the only thing that is protecting them. But one thing they fail to realize is that their silence is putting a burden on every other minority group. So yes, when they think their silence is protecting them, it is putting a burden of change on everyone else that he's fighting, because there's supposed to be a solidarity. They're supposed to be coming together and fighting for what is right. So yes, the people who are calling on Black people are referring them to the Asian community, because if we are all in this, we all need to be able to fight for this together and face it. It is not like others are going to be at the forefront while some people are going to benefit from it because they believe that their silence protects them. Other groups and other minority groups as well want to feel protected. Like, they want to feel protected. If they are silent as the Asian community, then what is going to be happening? What are they going to be facing today? Let me hear what you guys think about this whole thing in the comment section. I am going to see you guys in the next one.